and welcome to All About the Music. My name's Ollie Barker, and today we have a fantastic show lined up for you. Coming up, we have Tom Seals Presents, Meet the Producers, Live from the Edge, Youth of Today, and of course, FabSong, featuring some of the hottest new tracks from the UK's up-and-coming artists.
Hi, I'm Tom Seals. Welcome to Tom Seals Presents. We're here in the studio, and each week I'm chatting to a very special guest. They're going to tell me about their 3 favourite songs and why they mean so much to them. Me and my incredible band are going to play them for you right now. Let's go. Oh, here we go, boys. 1, 2, 3. This week, my very special guest. He's the star of Strictly Come Dancing, a Sunday Times best-selling author, and he's even got his own swing album. Hopefully it's 10s all round. It's Anton Dubek.
Anton Dubek, hello, how are you?
I'm very, very well. It's nice to be speaking to somebody other than my children who are nearly 4 and my wife, who I love more than anything else in the world.
Wife, yes.
You know, my beautiful wife, who I love more than anything else in the world. But it's just nice to chat to somebody else.
Well, we all know you from the showbiz world, but it's not always been dancing, has it? Was it going to be football or golf growing up?
Well, when I was a child, it was all about sport. When I was a boy, there were only 3 channels on the television, and they turned them off at about 11 o'clock and said, go to bed. A grandstand on a Saturday. I mean, we lived for these things. When it was a bit later, I was about 13 or 14, when I sort of stumbled into the dancing world as a sort of a born Latin American dancer. That's competitive. Of all the dance worlds, that's the competitive one. Same as ice dancing, really. Once you're actually doing it, the one thing you don't feel like is you don't feel like you're dancing and being all sort of artistic and ethereal and melodic and all that sort of stuff. What you're doing is your arms up, your eyeballs out, and you're having a go and trying to beat him over there because he gets on my nerves. But I sort of loved it immediately. So I wanted to be Fred Astaire, but I wasn't quite sure how you got from a church hall in Sevenoaks in Kent to being Fred Astaire. What that career path was. And I still don't know. But, so that was my inspiration, really.
Sure. Well, I was the same. I was tap dancing and playing the piano, and I didn't sing yet. And then I was also playing football, broke my little finger. Look at this. That's not great as a piano player. It doesn't bend, but I can reach an extra note with my right hand, so that worked out okay. Now,
I can go one further.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you grew up with a Spanish mum, Hungarian dad. I bet the music was quite eclectic at home.
My mum was apart from sort of traditional Spanish music, of course. She loved Elvis Presley.
Cool. Yeah.
So my youngest music memories really are Elvis Presley, actually, and my father, being from an Eastern Bloc country, of course, they didn't have popular music over there. So it wasn't until he got into the UK he started to listen to popular music. So some of the old records there were sort of classical things, which we didn't listen to very much as a child. But, as I've got older, it's that sort of thing. The more you know, the more you want to know.
Exactly.
All that.
Yeah.
So my music tastes have always been quite eclectic. I've never really, if you said to me, what's your favourite song? Like, for example, you've asked me to select some tracks. It's the hardest thing in the world for me.
It is.
I can't, and I spent my life listening to a track until I can't listen to it anymore. When you're choreographing for a show, you'll choreograph to a piece of music, of course. And the reason you pick the music in the first place is because you love it. You think, oh, this is great. And, listen to it hour after hour. Okay, take it from the top one more time. Yeah. And every time you hear the opening chord or the opening 4 bars of a song, you're going like that. Oh, turn it off. Get my nerves. I used to love that.
Well, people say to me, you're a musician. What do you listen to? And it's like, well, I'm always listening to what I need to learn for the next thing. So you don't necessarily get to listen to what you want anyway. But the first song that you've picked is Starman, David Bowie. Tell me why you love this song.
We all know what our first single was that we bought. So what's your first?
Oh, it's not as cool as Bowie. It was Ain't No Holler Back Girl, Gwen Stefani. I remember going into Asda. See, I'm a 90s baby. And I had my pocket money.
You are
and
young.
I bought Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani.
Have you heard of Gwen Stefani?
Yes, and she's a beauty, let me tell you. She's absolutely fabulous. Got a voice on her, I can tell you. Now, my first album was Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars.
Yep.
Do you know, the interesting thing about David Bowie, he does have a great voice. Two people duetted with him. So Mark Bolan and Bing Crosby both duetted with David Bowie and then died.
Wow.
His voice sort of summed him up. He was different and his songs were different.
Sure. Well, talking of different, you've given that song to a jazz and blues piano player. So we're going to do it a bit different for you. Me and the band are going to play it. Anton, hope you enjoy this.
Didn't know what time it was that the lights were low. I leaned back on my radio. Some cat was laying down some rock and roll, a lot of soul, he said. Then the loud sound that seemed to fade came back like a slow voice on a wave of a face. There were no DJ, that was hazy cosmic jive. There's a star man waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'll blow our minds. There's a star man waiting in the sky. He's told us not to blow it, cause he knows it's all worthwhile. He told me, let the children lose it, let the children use it, let the children boogie. Had to phone someone, so I picked on you. Hey, that's far out, so you heard him too. Switch on the TV, we may pick him on channel 2. Look out your window, I can see his light. If we sparkle, he may land tonight. Don't tell your papa, he'll get us locked up tonight. There's a star man waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'll blow our minds. There's a star man waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, cause he knows it's all worthwhile. He told me, let the children lose it, let the children use it, let the children boogie. There's a star there waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'll blow our minds. There's a star there just waiting in the sky. He's told us not to blow it, cause he knows it's all worthwhile. He told me, just let the children lose it, and let the children lose it. Well, come on, let's let the children. Just let the children boogie. children boogie.
Tom, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I never see that dodgy finger of yours. It gives you skills nobody else has.
Correct answer. Now, you mentioned before your hero, Fred Astaire. He was the ultimate showman. He could dance, he could sing, he could act, he could do it all. Now, same as you. You sing, you dance, you present, you bake on this morning sometimes. Where does that incredible work ethic come from?
You have to remember with my parents that my mum came from a sort of rural part of Spain, and my father came from Hungary. Again, rural, very rural. So they've always worked, you know, and it was 2 jobs, all of that sort of stuff. You know, no great education, but an incredible work ethic.
Tell me about your second song, Me and My Shadow, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr. Now, you got to sing this with Sir Bruce, didn't you? That must have been a career highlight.
I was playing golf with Brucey, and I'm going to get all showbiz now. So I'm playing golf with Brucey, and I said to him, "How about we do this song one day? We do Shadow, you and I." I went, "All right, okay," like that, a bit unamused. And I thought, "Oh no, I've got one here," and so I never mentioned it again. Yonks later, out of the blue, it was in the car park at the BBC. He said, "In a couple of weeks, we're going to do that song." I said, "What song's that?" He said, "We're going to do Me and My Shadow, you and I." I was stunned and overwhelmed. And then when I made the album, I put it in the album with the wonderful Lance Ellington as a tribute to Brucey, really. And as you say, it just is my sort of performing life's highlight. 2 gentlemen in black tie singing a swing number.
Well, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to play the song for you. But next time I'm at Ronnie Scott's, I'm going to be ringing you to ask you to come and sing that with me at Ronnie's. Yeah? Okay, we've got a deal. We're going to take a break and we're going to play it.
I'm there in a heartbeat.
I'll see you there.
But I'm getting my suit out now.
Okay, get your dicky ready and I'll see you after the break.
Like the wallpaper clings to the wall,
Like the seashore clings to the sea.
like you'll never get rid of your shadow.
You'll never get rid of me.
So I promise,
Let all the others fight and fuss. Whatever happens, we've got us. Me
we're closer than pages that you
and
get up.
my shadow strolling down the avenue.
Closer than the eyes of all the bloodhounds to the life.
We're closer than Smog is to all of LA. We're closer than Lucy is to JFK. Not a soul can bust this deal until we stick together like glue. And will it sleep inside?
That's when we ride.
Oh, we start to swing.
You swing, you little swing.
Oh, clocks don't
What
chime.
a surprise. They ring.
Ding, ding, Happy New Year. And now to repeat what I said at the start. We'll need a large cold water to tear us apart. We're alone but far from blue. Yeah. Before we get finished, we'll make the town rock.
Light up a few bars, but then a few more.
We'll start out as stringy, so maybe grab toes. Like there's gonna be a wow wow week for my shadow and me.
Oh, Tom, I really enjoyed that. Can we do it one more time, please?
Let's do it again, boys. Here we go. Before we get finished, we'll make the town rock. We'll hit all the big spots, but then a few more. We'll start out at stringies.
Maybe round your life.
It's gonna be a wow wow week for my shadow and me.
Anton, I was reading in the paper a few days ago that a doctor had been studying what happens after pandemics. And supposedly, after a pandemic, people, and the actual words are, seek out extensive social interactions. Now, for mine and yours sake, I hope live music, theatre, comedy, drama, everything will come back more than ever. And I'm sure that people's appetite will. I bet, like me, I bet you can't wait to get back on stage, can you?
Oh, it's ridiculous, really. I don't know what it says about us. Just being, it's that whole thing I said before about being massive show-offs and so self-indulgent. Please, somebody give me a round of applause. You don't even have to pay. Just clap.
Children, clap.
Honestly, get him off, Mum. Get him off. It's somebody once said to me, actually, a wonderful star, really. I was dancing with this lady, and she said, of course, we only do it for the applause. And it was it was a bit sort of profound, really, but she's absolutely right. If we, we're all there just to get and I mean, the ultimate goal is a standing ovation. We get a standing ovation,
we're laughing. That's very true.
We're there a week, aren't we?
Exactly.
I mean, it's what it says about us, I don't know. And I don't think it's ego, really. Is it a desire to be liked? I don't know. Is it? What it is, I think, it's a desire to want people to have enjoyed what you've done. Yeah. So you've given of yourself in a way, and what you don't want is the humiliation of people going, "Wow." But what we do it for is the connection with the audience. We're doing it in order to. It's like certainly when I'm on stage and I hear some sort of comics talk about this, they hate hecklers because what it does, it sort of disperses the audience, and then you've got to get them back on again. Yeah. I remember Billy Connolly saying this. So he gets a bit aggressive with a heckler because he's got the audience, how many thousand there are, and they're all there and they're in it together and they're all like this, and he's going and telling the thing, and then somebody does something over there, and it's that classic thing of pulling focus on stage. Somebody moves behind you and everyone's doing that, and look at me. So it's that sort of you have to nurture the talent if you know what I mean. And again, it sounds poncy and ridiculous, but what it is that it's that thing that you have inside you that it needs to grow and it needs to sort of come out and it needs to be given. What that is, I don't know. I'm sure that some psychologists will give it a name or something, probably egotism. but it's so I think when the theatres open, we'll all be there in a flash. Yeah. And I hope everybody goes, come on, let's get out and let's see some live stuff, and let's get out into the theatres and let's all have a lovely time, and people put on good shows, and we all, because I think the soul needs it. Definitely. I think not only of the performers but of the audience. I think everybody's soul needs it. So we'll have to see what the future holds. But I think as soon as the traps are open, love, we'll be there.
We'll be there. Now, your last tune ain't necessarily so. You've given me a tune by one of the greatest jazz pianists ever, Oscar Peterson. I know I'm going to enjoy playing this one. Tell me why you enjoy listening to this.
This is a pure number. This is sort of pure.
Well, it was. You haven't heard what's about to come yet.
I remember this song when it was absolute beauty. It was an absolute pure. It's
not what it used to be.
So well. My favourite dance is the slow foxtrot, and it's a sort of a purist dance, really, done in its purest form. Without the sort of Strictly Come Dancing style. And if I'm ever just dancing for the sake of dancing with a partner, with a sort of a professional partner, either Aaron or somebody else, we're just going to dance. This song and that dance go together like a hand in a glove. Really, it's absolute perfect synergy. And the movement of the dance and the style of the dance and this piece of music, for me, it's pure.
Great. Well, I hope we do it justice. Anton, thanks so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you at Ronnie's. I'll see you on stage. Take care. All the best.
You're a beauty. And thank you very much indeed for having me on.
See you soon.
Cheers, my love.
It ain't necessarily so.
it ain't necessarily so. The things that you liable don't read in the Bible, because it ain't necessarily so. David was small, but oh my. I said David was small, but oh my. Well, he fought Goliath, who laid down and died. David was small, but oh my. To get into heaven, don't snap for a 7. Live clean, forget your fall. I take the gospel whenever I'm able, but with a grain of salt. Oh, Jonah, he lived in a whale. I said Jonah, he lived in a whale, because he made his home in a fish's abdomen. Oh, Jonah, he lived in a whale. Oh, don't snap for a 7. Live clean, forget your fall. I take the gospel whenever I'm able, but with a grain of salt. Jonah, he lived in a whale. Now Jonah, he lived in a whale. Home in a fish's abdomen. Jonah, he lived in a whale. I said that Jonah, he lived in a whale. Well, Jonah, he lived in a whale. Thanks so much for joining us, folks. Thank you to my guest, Anton Dubek. And of course, my incredible band. Join us next week when I'm chatting to Formula One legend David Coulthard. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next week. Thank you!
My name is Chris Kimsey, and I am a record producer, sound engineer, sound consultant, anything to do with sound, that's my game. We've just walked into Screen 1 at Olympic Studios, which used to be Studio 1 when I started here in 1967, March 1967 to be exact. I entered the building, I was 17 years old, I think, and I was a T-boy. And there was always music at home on the record player. I'm here today to listen to the sound of the cinema, of all the cinemas here, because I'm the consultant sound advisor for Olympic Cinemas. As we've been in lockdown for some time, I like to pop in now and then just to make sure that the system's working and everything sounds good. And so far, so good. Is it 66 speakers, Tom? At school, I think when I was maybe 12 years old, I was selected to go to a studio, a very small studio that was run by the Inner London Education Authority, which was at the back of Tottenham Court Road. And it was a drama studio where you would record poetry, readings, and there was only one other student from another school that was going every Saturday to that. His name was Ray Staff, and Ray ended up being one of the best mastering engineers in the industry. He's just retired. And who did we record there? Dame Sybil Thorndike was one. But it was really my love of recording, capturing sound that sparked my imagination. So this used to be Studio 1. We have 72 speakers in here. There's Dolby Atmos. We have speakers in the ceiling. We have surround speakers in the walls all the way around. Sub bass speakers at the back, both ends and at the front. So it's a lot of speakers to listen to and make sure they're all working well. When I left school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I used to pass Olympic maybe every week or every other week. I had a girlfriend who lived around the corner, and I just saw Olympic Studios. I thought, well, I wonder what's in there. So I came in and said, do you have any jobs? And they said, no, go away. But I kept coming back. And eventually they took my name and number. And about 5 months later, I got the call to come for an interview. And at the same time, I was getting ready to have a job as a supermarket fitting engineer, because a friend of mine, that's his brother, that was his business. So I came for the interview and met Keith Grant, who was the studio manager and who built Olympic, and also Anna Menzies, who was the studio booking manager. And I thought, God, I wonder what they're going to ask me. So walked into this building and immediately was taken into Studio 1, where we're sitting today, which is now Screen 1. And I was just amazed. I was amazed, first of all, there was like a 4-track tape recorder, soon to be 8-track, 4 speakers in the soffits, in the ceiling, and this incredible room full of orchestral equipment. And Keith Grant interviewed me, which went upon the lines of, do you know how to wire a 13 amp plug? Which I did. That was the most technical thing I was asked. And then we just talked about, we talked about music actually, my love of recording, and then that was that. And then a week later I got a call and said, can you start Monday for the tender price of £11 a week? And so I did. And I started as a T-boy, and my first session, I remember I was told to go to Studio 1, to the control room, introduce myself and sit down and observe. Nothing more, nothing less, just sit there quietly. So I walked in and the engineer turned around and looked at me and said, do you work here? I said, yes. He said, great, take over. He said, my assistant's just gone sick. So I sat down at the It was 8-track then. I sat down at the 8-track machine. I looked at the tape box and recognised that they were notating the song title and whether it was a false start or a BD, a breakdown, or complete. That made sense to me, and I knew how to press record and fulfilled the session, which was, I think, an hour long. And at the end of it, the engineer, who remains one of my dearest friends today, Alan O'Duffy, quite a famous engineer. He recorded Jesus Christ Superstar, a bunch of Rocky Horror Show, some enormous records. He said to me, he said, "How long have you worked here?" I said, "Well, now about an hour." This is quite an interesting artifact. These columns, these are from the Virgin period, when Virgin owned the building, and they were diffusers in the studio. I think these were from Studio 2, which was in the basement. So one side is sound absorbent, and then you flick it round and it's hard service. Interestingly enough, it really does change the sound quite a lot. Even in the cinema, if you flick these round, it becomes quite live. I remained as a assistant engineer, mainly working the daytime shift from anything between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. or 9 till 5, 9 till 6, which would be orchestral sessions, film soundtrack, kind of easy listening music, things like Shirley Bassey, and then the film music, things like the Thomas Crown Affair, The Italian Job comes to mind, Get Carter, Barbra Streisand. So a lot of knowledge and experience was gained from those sessions in not only the technical side of it, microphones, but also how to work with people. I mean, working with an orchestra of 70 people, the engineer has quite a big task. Obviously you've got the producer there, but the engineer is like the conduit between everybody, between the artist, the producer and the musicians. The screen was in the same place because Olympic would record a lot of movie soundtracks. The soundtrack to The Italian Job was recorded here. The first Thomas Crown film soundtrack was recorded here with Windmills of My Mind, because the film would be projected from 35 mag film onto the screen, and the conductor would see the action on the screen. The orchestra couldn't see it, and he would be conducting to be in time with the film on the screen. So that was fascinating. It was quite amazing to be working at Olympic, because at that time there was only Abbey Road or Olympic Studios. Abbey Road, as someone famously said, Abbey Road had the Beatles, we had everybody else. I started to assist Glyn Johns, who a real legendary producer engineer who recorded The Who, The Stones, The Eagles. All those albums were recorded in this room. The first time I worked with Glyn was on a Stones session. I'd never met the Stones, I wasn't into their music, I was into the film music. I'd set up the studio, no one had arrived, and I'm waiting, and two guys came through the door, and I called security because they looked a bit dodgy. And security came up. Anyway, it was Bill Wyman and Charlie Watts, and I assisted for Glyn on many, many sessions. The Stones, Humble Pie, the Faces, the Eagles, a lot of sessions. That was another side of my knowledge. After the learning about the orchestral recording, that was one thing, but the kind of the band situation was another one. And realised that it was also a job of a psychological job as well, to encourage and help people get the best performance they could get, and to keep teamwork together as well. And so between those two mentors, it was a great experience. If these walls could talk, there's so much they could say. Another kind of twist of fate was that I was an assistant working for a French artist called Johnny Hallyday, who was like the Elvis Presley of France. This was I think the second day of the session in Studio 2 at Olympic. The engineer never turned up. He called in sick in the morning, so the people were running around saying, "Oh, well, who's going to engineer?" The producer said, "Well, we like Chris, can he do it?" And they said, "Well, he's never engineered a session before, but I'm sure he can." So I did, and finished the whole album. During that album, Lee had assembled an amazing group of musicians to be Johnny's backing band. So there was Ringo Starr, there was Peter Frampton, there was Gary Wright, and from that album formed my friendship with Peter Frampton. This building is part of my DNA, and I just love the building. So I'm still here, 50 years later, a bit more. So yeah, thank you, Olympic.
Hi, I'm Ollie Barker, I'm 18 and I'm from Retford, North Nottinghamshire. My biggest influence was Michael Jackson when I was younger, but as I've grown up I've been influenced by musical theatre, I've been influenced by Freddie Mercury, Bruno Mars, Mika, a whole host of other people. I see performing as a whole thing in itself. I don't see just music, I don't see just dance, I see them as one big thing. So you put the lyrics, you put everything together and you've got this video which is a concept, and that's the whole thing that I try to put across within my work. I wrote this song in a detention. I got quite a few detentions at school, so I thought I'd try and show my frustration with the system in this song.
I take exams in the morning and exams in the evening and a sedative to tackle my anxiety. My brain is a mess, but I can't suppress the way you make me feel. I take exams in the morning and pass papers in the evening and a session to blend into young society. I'm feeling oppressed, but I can't express what I want to be. These exams, they are a problem. Why do numbers define me? And I fail to understand this system that's today. I want to be out there, but all you seem to see are a whole heap of numbers that just represent numbers and some random letters on my CV. I take exams in the morning and exams in the evening, so I know about mitosis and obesity. I'm badly depressed and in need of rest, so mama please help me. And with exams in the morning and exams in the evening, now my bedroom's looking like the Saigon Embassy. There's always a test and I get no rest, you're always examining me. These exams, they are a problem. Why do numbers define me? And I fail to understand this system that's today. I want to be out there, but all you seem to see are a whole heap of numbers that just represent numbers and some random letters on my CV. I used to have a life, I wanted to take on the world, but Michael took my life away. But if we group together, we can bring back hope forever and let everything turn out okay. I take exams in the morning and exams in the evening and a sedative to tackle my anxiety. My brain is a mess, but I can't suppress the way you make me feel. I take exams in the morning and pass papers in the evening and a session to blend into young society. I'm feeling oppressed, but I can't express what I want to be. These exams, they are a problem. Why do numbers define me? And I fail to understand this system that's today. I want to be out there, but all you seem to see are a whole heap of numbers that just represent numbers. That's a random letters on my CV.
There's a girl I met online who's fun and absolutely fine, called Janice, Janice the Great. I kept swiping left, not swiping right, until the blondie came into sight. She's called Janice, Janice, alright. Online dating can help you with mating when your prospects aren't so good. You better read the bio, step into the light, then don't swipe left if you want to swipe right. So we messaged almost every night, and from the photo she seemed my type. She's called Janice, Janice, alright. I was convinced I'd fallen deep in love with a girl he sent from up above, called Janice, Janice, alright.
It's a funny way to kind of highlight the dangers of online dating. So catfishing has become a really big problem in my generation. And people don't know who they're falling in love with.
So I got on a plane and flew miles out to see the beautiful glistening snout of Janice, Janice, alright. Well, it turned out she's 73, with proof of pictures from the 80s. And poor Janice, Janice was left alone. Poor Janice. Snapchat filters can be a problem when you can't tell what's real from fake. Janice turned out to be an old lady. Oh, what the hell, for goodness sake. Oh, what the hell, for goodness sake. So the girl on eHarmony turned out to be 73. Oh, Janice, Janice,
So Look to the Stars is very different to the rest of my material. This is a song that I wrote with my dad because we looked at all of the things that are happening to the world, the carbon pollution, the terrible, terrible things that we're doing. And we were both absolutely horrified by it. It's really, really scary. Not just for my generation, but for the generations that will follow us. So to be able to stand in a garden with my dad, looking up at these stars and just thinking about how we are destroying the beauty and rarity of our planet felt like a really significant moment.
Well, look to the stars and the sky, look at the rivers running dry. Look to the east, look to the west, look to the future. We found a new way to destroy all that is good in this world, but it's too late, the damage is done. We've changed the wind, the rain and the sun. For what? For who? For why? Well, look to the stars and the sky. Some are living, some have died, but they all shine Don't allow this planet that I love to die. Our future is there in the stars, in the sky.
If you want to be an artist, be yourself. That's my biggest thing. Don't copy anybody else. Just be uniquely you. Show all of the good things, show your insecurity, show everything, and just be yourself. And if people like it, great. If they don't, that's okay.
Pretty Audrey, why do you look so sad? You've got more success than I ever had, and you're making all the rules that you say you're right. But if I think they're wrong, we must go along. So come on, look at me, and we'll rewrite the book as it's meant to be. Look at us, kissing home, and we're growing up fast. Our wisdom will last. Come on, pretty Audrey, see what you do to me. You ruin my well-being, so I'm going back if your ego will last. Oh, come on, pretty Audrey, why do you look so blue? There's a big wide world that we're going to, and I'm clutching on the strings like to pull a hand. So if we could team up, we could rule the land. So come on, look at me, and we'll rewrite the book as it's meant to be. Look at us, kissing home, and we're growing up fast. Our wisdom will last. Come on, pretty Audrey, see what you do to me. You ruin my well-being, so I'm going back if your ego will last. See what you do to me. You ruin my well-being, so I'm going back if your ego will last. If your ego will come on, pretty Audrey, see what you do to me. See what you do to me. You ruin my well-being, so I'm going back if your ego will last. Come on, pretty Audrey, see what you do to me. You ruin my well-being, so I'm going back if your ego will.
Now that's what I call positive feedback.
Hi and welcome to Live from the Edge. Mark Radcliffe here. We're in the middle of the rolling Cheshire countryside, actually in the grounds of a stately home. But I'll say no more than that. We want to leave an element of mystery. But we are here to bring you exciting new talent. We have scoured the country for the best new acts that we can find. And we think you're going to enjoy it. We think they are worth your attention. So today we will bring you live music from Sam Lyon. We're going to have a special acoustic performance by Blair Dunlop. Nems is going to be doing some music for us, and also there will be a special guest interviewer for that segment of the show. They deemed they need somebody more weighty and with more gravitas than me, so that's coming up a bit later on. We've got a band called Sea Fever, who is made up of members of New Order and Johnny Marr's band, but we're kicking off with these guys, the Lottery Winners.
Lottery winners, 1994.
thank you very much. This next song's a song that we like to call Elizabeth. Elizabeth, or steal a beat from your lonely heart, Elizabeth. 'Cause my life's got this funny way of creeping upon me. I'm pointing out the beauty in things I no longer see. Wakes me from those dreams that I've dreamed so carelessly. Without you, those dreams mean nothing to me. Or take your breath while you were dreaming, Elizabeth, yeah. 'Cause my life's got this funny way of creeping upon me, pointing out the beauty in things I no longer see. It wakes me from those dreams that I dream so carelessly. Without you, those dreams mean nothing. Doesn't mean it isn't so. Just because I don't understand, it doesn't make it less true now, Elizabeth, yeah. The meaning of life, I suppose. Somebody that watch television shows and the same clothes hanging on the line, washed and dried 1,000 times. That's the meaning of life, I suppose. Somebody that watch television shows and the same clothes hanging on the line, washed and dried 1,000 times. I wanna leave more than you know, but every time I go, I just miss home and the same clothes hanging on the line. Yeah, washed and dried 1,000 times. I've never felt more alive. The meaning of it all, I suppose. You find somebody you can watch grow old. Your mouth mapped out every single line. The plans we make as our lives pass by. She wants to leave, believe me, I know. But just like me, she knows there's nowhere to go. Same clothes hanging on the line, yeah. Washed and dried 1,000 times. Come on. I've never felt more alive, yeah. From nowhere, nowhere's where we'll stay. We came from nowhere, nowhere's where we'll stay. We came from nowhere, so we'll always be nowhere. We came from nowhere, nowhere's where we'll stay. And I've never felt more alive.
Okay, big thanks for getting us underway in this show to the lottery winners. Next, someone I've known for a while called Sam Lyon, singer-songwriter. There's something captivating about Sam live, I think. She just has a very natural manner on stage. It's almost like she was born to be there. Here she is to play some of her really lovely songs, accompanied by Mikey on the cello. I know you're going to love her. Sam Lyon.
Once we get to walk upon this earth, twice we get to make a mistake and learn. 3 times is enough to realize you're stronger than all of your doubts. And for me, live your days like every second counts. Fire and be fired at. Wear your love as a shield and a charm. And no, not all can be saved, but all can be loved. And for me, live happy here on. 'Cause when I'm 99, I'm not looking back on my life. I wanna know I made it all that I could have. No, I made some bad decisions, but they made me wiser. And I can smile and roll my eyes and think back to all the beautiful times I had. And know I made every second count. 'Cause we're all faced with choices. We might choose wrong. It's a warpath of consequences and lessons learned. But if you hide away at risk of failure, and shine to light the world. Cause when you're 99 and you're looking back on your life, you wanna know you made it all that you could have. No, you made some bad decisions, but they made you wiser. And you can smile and roll your eyes and think back to all the beautiful times you had. And know you made every second count. Every second, I'll make 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 every second. Live your days happy from here on. Live your days happy from here on. Cause when we're 99 and we're looking back on our lives, we wanna know we made it all that we could have. No, we made some bad decisions, but they made us wiser. And we can smile and roll our eyes and think back to all the beautiful times we had. And know we made every second count. Thank you very much, thank you.
Hi, are you all right?
Hello.
Yeah, it's sounding lovely. Is it nice to be back playing?
It is. It's something I've debated it for a good while, thinking, do I do it? Do I not do it? Can I do it? Can I not do it?
I know. Well, I spoke to you, quite a few months ago when it was really tough.
Yeah.
I know it's still really tough, but
Yeah.
you were really questioning whether you'd even get back to it, weren't you, at that point?
Yeah. So, and it's funny as well, once you go out of practice, it's amazing how fast you forget things as well. And you just, it's like completely starting afresh. And it's, yeah, it is. It's finding your confidence again as well.
Yeah. And have you been able to work through some of the grief? Obviously, you lost your father, for those who don't know, which was a tragic event. And he was very involved and very supportive of you and your music. And have you been able to write new stuff which refers to him? Or have you been able to process any of it in that way?
Sort of. I mean, I haven't really even thought about music because he played such a massive role in my career, from teaching me guitar when I was a little kid up until releasing my CDs and things like that. He was everything to do with everything in it. And so even the thought of picking up a guitar, I just couldn't do it for a long time. And I ended up, my boyfriend came and brought me his piano. And I think because I never played piano, there's almost like a disassociation with that.
Got it, yeah.
And I found myself playing little bits every now and then when I just feel a twinkle of joy coming back, and I'd play a bit of piano, and then I would just vent all of my feelings into like a page. And I have written a couple of things, and I've put them on my Facebook page and things, just little ideas, and not anything kind of serious. I've not really sat down and thought, this is the next big thing that I just, it's just a case for me of a release.
Yeah.
And that's been important, but also doing it at my own pace as well. That's also been very, very important, not rushing into it.
Yeah. Well, we hope that we'll see you and everyone else out and about sometime next year. Let's hope so. Anyway, what are you going to play for us next?
So up next we have finally a happy one, a song called Beautiful Life. So this is quite a recent one. Played this on my tour, and I really like this one.
Okay, all right. Sam Lyon with Mikey, of course. Sorry, we didn't talk to you, Mikey, but it's all right. It doesn't mean we're ignoring. Actually, it does a bit. But anyway, here we go. Sam Lyon.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful life, won't you come around and take what you need from it? It's a beautiful life, but the way that you hide says you're running away from it. Oh, it's a beautiful life, but the way that you hide says you're running away from it. It's a beautiful life, won't you come around and be who you need to be? This ain't a masquerade, and you ain't a villain in disguise. This ain't a circus, this is just a beautiful life. Today is the dark, but tomorrow's an open door of light. This is a circle, this is just a beautiful life. Beautiful life, won't you let them inside? Show the world what they need to see. It's a beautiful life, won't you come around and be who you need to be? Cause this ain't a masquerade, and you ain't a villain in disguise. This ain't a circus, this is just a beautiful life. Today is the dark, but tomorrow's an open door of light. This is a circle, this is just a beautiful life. This ain't a masquerade, no. You ain't a villain in disguise. This ain't a circus, this is just a beautiful life. Today is the dark, but tomorrow's an open door of light. It's a circle, it is a beautiful life. You are a king, oh, you are a queen in my eyes. See for yourself, cause this is just a beautiful life. You are a poem, oh, you're a love story brought to life. It's like a dream, it is just a beautiful life.
All About the Music presents a brand new show for artists and writers. Pure, fresh music. A brand new series on Sky TV and online for new and unsigned artists. Just feel good music. Don't miss the revolutionary new digital music program, All About the Music.
Now then, I don't know if you've heard of Craig Charles. He does a bit of DJing. He's on the telly sometimes, occasionally on the radio. Quite a talented lad. He lives near me, and when I knew we were doing these shows, I thought I'd ask him if he could recommend anybody, some emerging talent that he really wanted to get behind. He recommended Nems from Manchester, and here they are chatting.
Okay, so my friend Mark Radcliffe phoned me up and said, Craig, do you know any good black music coming out of Manchester? And I mentioned you, Nems. I first became aware of you with this, like, Youngest in Charge. Yeah. And how old were you then?
I was, in fact, 14, you know. That was my first video ever put out on YouTube.
How come you gave such an assured performance at 14? I mean, had it been brewing for a long time or something?
I was ready.
You were ready?
I was ready for it.
Yeah, born ready.
It took a lot of building up, though, because I've had loads of tracks in the previous time before the video. Yeah. And I didn't put them out because I didn't think they were good enough. But that one there, I thought, yes.
So how old were you when you started writing then?
I was about 13, 14. But at the time, I wasn't really taking it serious. And other people weren't taking me as serious. But then I sort of got more into the art of music and that. And then sort of looked deep into it and started improving. You grew up in Gorton, is that right? Yeah, Gorton. Gorton. Well, yeah, tell me about Gorton. Well, you said that kind of quite wistfully. Well, yeah, Gorton. It's full of surprises. You never know what's going to happen next. It's like a movie. Sometimes there's I don't know how to put this. You have the troubled people. Yeah. You have the people who stay out of trouble, and then you have the people who are sort of struggling and, you know, needing help there. But so which one are you, Nems? Well, I'm hopefully going to be the person to put Gorton on the map, let everyone know about it. Happy days. So what informs your lyrics? Because, I mean, you're a rapper, but, like, the rap's quite intricate. I mean, your wordplay's brilliant. When did you first know that you were good at words, and how have you developed that to catch someone like me and surprise me and make me go, wow, he's good? How did you do that? You know what it was? I was looking at songs, going through songs and how different songs hit people. Because you have them songs that are just like sing-along type songs. But I wanted to like make songs that would hit people and be like, whoa, did you hear that line? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I just started looking into that and just taking it off from there. What about the beats? I mean, a lot of people just buy beats off the internet now and sort of like, and then put raps on it. How do you develop the beats? Is that the way you do it? I get beats off YouTube sometimes, frequently when I'm at home, because I have a home studio where I record. Yeah. So I just go on my laptop, search some beats, and just work with them. But other times I'm in the studio and producers make the beats for me. Yeah, it's like you're from Gorton. How many people are doing what you're doing around your way? To be honest, there's not many, man. No, there's not many at all. No, so you're a bit of a tall poppy in there. Yeah. What do your mates think of it? Because you're only about 16 now, aren't you? Yeah, 16. 16, look at you. Precocious. What do your mates think of it? They think it's good, man. They just keep telling me to just keep going and just stay on my feet and don't let nothing take me off the ground. Yeah. What do you write about? What kind of things sort of make you want to put pen to paper? I get my inspiration from real life stories and things that have happened around my life. Because I think the best way to tell a story is to put it into my song. Say like there's one of my songs called Paranoid about people dying, which can relate to everything what's going on right now. But that was took from a situation that happened with one of my friends who passed away, sadly. What's the future hold now for you? I mean, how are you going to put your music out? Are you going to sign to a major label? Are you going to keep it independent? Are you... have you even thought about any of that? To be honest, I've looked into like the label type way, but I want to sort of keep it independent so I can be like the leader of what's going on. Yeah. Because with labels, it goes through all other people and you have to get cleared and this, that. But if you're independent, you can, what's right for you will go. Yeah. You know what I mean? So. This is Nems. There you go.
Yeah. Come from broken families, come from broken homes. Chasing all them bands, I ain't chasing hoes. I ain't ever backing down, I stay 10 toes. If you playing games, then I gotta go. Come from broken families, come from broken homes. Chasing all them bands, I ain't chasing hoes. I ain't ever backing down, I stay 10 toes. If you playing games, then I gotta go. Yeah, I need armbands, I'm in the deep end. Everybody say they love me, but they pretend. I don't get no sleep, I'm grinding every weekend. If I'm eating, then you eating, man, I feed them. All her exes broke her heart, but she a real one. Them OGs reckless, they won't hesitate to drill one. Feel sad, but all this pain I won't reveal none. Feel sad, but all this pain I won't reveal none. Yeah, I won't reveal none. Yeah, I won't reveal none. All this pain I won't reveal none. It's like scars I can't heal none. Told bros he get the money and just flip like that. Flopped in school, now he's out, now he's hitting the trap. I ain't switched on my guys, real talk, that's facts. Yeah. Come from broken families, come from broken homes. Chasing all them bands, I ain't chasing hoes. I ain't ever backing down, I stay 10 toes. If you playing games, then I gotta go. Come from broken families, come from broken homes. Chasing all them bands, I ain't chasing hoes. I ain't ever backing down, I stay 10 toes. If you playing games, then I gotta go. Yeah, yeah. They fake but claim they real, I be like, yeah, yeah. They say they got my back, I be like, yeah, yeah. Hungry for the money, big belly. Everybody only bad up on the telly. I know who got my back, don't need to tell me. When this fame takes off, don't need to bail me. Yeah, when it takes off. Yeah. Come from broken families, come from broken homes. Chasing all them bands, I ain't chasing hoes. I ain't ever backing down, I stay 10 toes. If you playing games, then I gotta go. Come from broken families, come from broken homes. Chasing all them bands, I ain't chasing hoes. I ain't ever backing down, I stay 10 toes. If you playing games, then I gotta go. Yeah, yeah. Broken homes. Yeah, 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 yeah. Broken homes. Yeah, 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 yeah. Big back, small waist, had to pull her to the side. Don't tryna, you're my guy. Can tell that you fake, I don't like your type. Transparent, I see straight through your lies. Big back, small waist, had to pull her to the side. Don't bother tryna say you're my guy. Can tell that you fake, I don't like your type. Transparent, I see straight through your lies. Big back, small waist, had to pull her to the side. Don't bother tryna say you're my guy. Can tell that you fake, I don't like your type. More time, I be chilling on my own. I don't know why these hoes keep belling off my phone. Seen a lot of things in my life turn me cold. Getting money, I put any other issues on hold. Told bro, I ain't ever going broke. I said it and I meant it, probably thinks it's a joke. If your man said it on me, then it's probably a hoax. Old friends tryna pop up way quicker than toes. Putting in the work, ain't relying on the lottery. I'm tryna make these moves, tell these haters get off of me. I know that they envy, but it's funny cause they copy. Yeah, it's funny cause they copy. Putting in the work, ain't relying on the lottery. I'm trying to make these moves, tell these haters get off of me. I know that they envy, but it's funny cause they copy me. Yeah, it's funny cause they copy me. Transparent, I see straight through your lies. Big back, small waist, start to pull it to the side. Don't bother trying to say you're my guy. Can tell that you fake, I don't like your type. Transparent, I see straight through your lies. Big back, small waist, start to pull it to the side. Don't bother tryna say you're my guy. Can tell that you fake, I don't like your type. If you need any flavors, bro's got it. Counting everyday profits, green light, no stopping. Have my G's clean up like the washing. She don't even know my name, she just think that I'm popping. Started with the main, then it finished with the topping. He didn't even clock, told bro that we got him. He didn't even clock, told bro that we got him. Transparent, I see straight through your lies. Big back, small waist, had to pull her to the side. Don't tryna, you're my guy. Can tell that you fake, I don't like your type.
The Craig Charles endorsed Nems. Next, we had Blair Dunlop with his trio do a full set for us on one of the other shows. But while he was here, we got him to do some acoustic stuff as well. So here he is on his own, Blair Dunlop.
She won't cry for me, she won't cry for me. She won't cry, but when I'm not around, the tears flow easily. Kept out of sight, kept out of sight. You dry your face so nicely, so I only see your light. I'll not raise my voice, I'll not raise my voice, but I'll plant the seed of doubt so that you hang on my every choice. That's the price you pay, that's the price you pay. But that's the kindest way of saying that your dreams have flown away. I'll say I don't know better, but we both know that I do. Your words can lift me from the customary blue. I'm sorry if mine were too hard for you to chew. I know I spat them out, but only half of them were true. Only half of them were true. And this isn't you, this isn't you. But I never knew that this was something we'd just be tied into. In the simple talk, in the simple talk, the spark has now deserted us, so why should I not walk? It's the crack in your voice as you try to ascertain which parts of you I could never entertain, which parts of me that were tuned into your pain, which parts of me that just listen in vain. Your dreams were only ever big enough for two. My dreams are born from other people passing through. Now they're a shadow of the visions that we drew. I think it's time we had another review. I think it's time we had another review. She won't cry for me, she won't cry for me. She won't cry, but every tear stain mental note is clear to see. It's clear to see, it's clear to see. We'll have to first be lonely if we're ever to be free.
In intimate mood, that was Blair Dunlop. We're going to finish off tonight with Sea Fever. The name might not mean anything to you, but you might know some of the faces. They are very well connected guys, these. Phil, the guitar player, is in New Order, as is the bass player, Tom. And singer Ewan is normally to be found playing bass for Johnny Marr. But this is the band they formed together, Phil and Ewan, Sea Fever.
built to last.
the new sounds of Sea Fever, finishing off this edition of Live from the Edge. I hope you enjoyed something in the show. Thanks to the lottery winners, thanks to Nems, thanks to Sam Lyon, and thanks also to Blair Dunlop. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you back here again very soon. Take it easy.
It's Russ from recordproduction.com, and today I'm going to show you how to record a drum kit in a rehearsal room with 1, 2 or 3 microphones depending on what you have. I'm going to show you a modified Recorder Man setup. What is that? Well, it's a way of recording with multiple microphones and getting the whole drum sound without actually doing spot mics. Very important, I have a microphone cable. This also works with chains, wires, anything like that. Yeah. No, a chain is really good because a chain has to be pulled taut, so you get a very specific length. Right. Okay. So we take a microphone cable, and AD is going to take it and pinch it against the drum head with his kick pedal. So we're going to measure up to where this microphone is, and then I'm going to put my thumb on it, and I'm going to drop this cable down, and AD is going to hold this with his hand or thumb smack bang in the center of that snare. Okay, so now I have a distance from the kick drum to this microphone and from the snare drum to this microphone. If I hold this pinched, I can move anywhere on this axis will give me a position where these are exactly the same distance from both the kick and the snare to each mic. So if Lee comes over and positions this other microphone, this is what I call the ear mic, and I usually point it towards the snare drum. It's about right. Brilliant. Excellent. Okay, so before we let go, I am going to grab the other end of the kick here, and I have a distance from the kick to the microphone. You can let go of that now. Now, if we go round the front of the drum kit, if we're not all tangled up, I've got a distance from this front skin to those 2 microphones. I can measure this out, and Lee can come along and set this mic position for the kick mic. Now this means that whenever the kick drum is played, the sound is going to hit all 3 microphones exactly the same time. Now it won't work with the snare so much, but this is a mic more for the kick. This is one way of setting up this system. It's basically a Recorder Man with my sort of additional add-on here. If you want a tighter sound, you can pull closer into the kick. So we're not actually going to use this setup today. We're going to have the mic right in the kick because we're not too worried about that natural sound of the drums. The track's a bit more poppy and stuff. But if you are after like a jazz drum sound, if you've got a nice condenser mic out here, or a ribbon mic, or even an RE20 or something, out here sounds exquisite. So that is how you set up a drum kit with 1, 2 or 3 microphones. We're going to play some tracks, AD's going to do some drumming, and we're going to listen to the different setups. 1 overhead mic, Recorder Man with just the 2 mics, and then we're going to add in the kick. So let's head over to the control room and see what it sounds like. This is the country rock track that we're putting together. So I've got the drums here, and again I've gone for the full 3 mics on this drum kit. There's not really much going on in terms of processing. I've just dropped on the overheads an SSL channel strip, so we've got a little bit of a boost in the high end and some element of compression. Let's have a quick listen to that. Find a part with the drums. So we've just grabbed a little bit low end as well, plus 3.7 decibels. So let's have a listen to the track as a whole altogether. Oh, I should say also that this is going through a bus, like with some of the other tracks. There's a saturator on there and just a little bit of reverb, just a small amount, 20% mix of a medium plate reverb using SSL FlexVerb. So let's have a listen to the country track.
Coming next on All About the Music is FabSong TV, a platform for artists.
All About the Music presents a brand new show for artists and writers. Pure, fresh music. A brand new series on Sky TV and online for new and unsigned artists. Just feel good music. Don't miss the revolutionary new digital music program, All About the Music.
You can say hi. I'm Isabella Signs, and this is my little brother Lucas, and here is our Celebrity World Dancing Day sign video.
I used to wanna be living like there's only me, but now I spend my time thinking about a way to get you off my mind. I used to be so tough, never really gave enough, and then you caught my eye, giving me the feeling of a lightning strike. Look at me now, I'm falling, can't even talk, still stuttering. This ground I'm on keeps shaking. Oh, oh, oh. Now all I wanna be, all I ever wanna be, yeah, yeah, is somebody to you. All I wanna be, all I ever wanna be, yeah, yeah, is somebody to you. Everybody's trying to be a billionaire, but every time I look at you I just don't care. 'Cause all I wanna be, all I ever wanna be, yeah, yeah, is somebody to you. I used to run around, I didn't want to settle down, but now I wake each day looking for a way that I can see your face. I've got your photograph, but baby I need more than that. I need to know your lips, nothing ever mattered to me more than this. Look at me now, I'm falling, can't even talk, still stuttering. This ground I'm on keeps shaking. Oh, oh, oh. Now all I wanna be, all I ever wanna be, yeah, yeah, is somebody to you. All I wanna be, all I ever wanna be, yeah, yeah, is somebody to you. Everybody's trying to be a billionaire, but every time I look at you I just don't care. 'Cause all I wanna be, all I ever wanna be, yeah, yeah, is somebody to you. Look at me now, I'm falling, can't even talk, still stuttering. All I wanna be, all I ever wanna be, yeah, 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 yeah. All I wanna be, all I ever wanna be, yeah, yeah, is somebody to you. All I wanna be, all I ever wanna be, yeah, yeah, is somebody to you. All I wanna be, all I ever wanna be, yeah, yeah, is somebody to you.
Hi, I'm Annalisa Ching. Please enjoy my music video, Hysteria. Producer, Chas the Bat. Choreographer, Gaz Davis.
Ella es sensual, su boca exquisita favorita, ella es fenomenal. Me enloquece moviendo su cinturita, yo la quiero tocar, porque me provoca. Es una fiera, si se suelta me devora. Cuando la miro, ella se sonroja. Yo quiero abrir su cajita de Pandora. Mueve tu cuerpo, que está sabroso. Tú te calientas cuando te toco. Mueve tu cintura, no pierdas tiempo. Me paralizas cuando tú lo mueves lento. Mueve tu cuerpo, que está sabroso. Tú te calientas cuando te toco. Mueve tu cintura, no pierdas tiempo. Me paralizas cuando tú lo mueves lento. De aquí para allá, de allá para
duro, le gusta eso. Al que aspire lo dejamos preso. Estamos en flow, estamos en progreso. Sé que tú le llega el verdadero team. Mami, que bacano te queda ese gym. Por favor, dalo todo, yo no quiero el chin. Vamos a vacilar todos en el dream.
Mueve tu cuerpo, que está sabroso. Tú te calientas cuando te toco. Mueve tu cintura, no pierdas tiempo. Me paralizas cuando tú lo mueves lento. Mueve tu cuerpo, que está sabroso. Tú te calientas cuando te toco. Mueve tu cintura, no pierdas tiempo. Me paralizas cuando tú lo mueves lento. Me gusta cómo bailas tú. Baila la noche entera. Me gusta cómo bailas tú. Baila la noche entera. De aquí para allá, de allá para acá. 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 Me gusta cómo bailas tú. Baila la noche entera. Me gusta cómo bailas tú. Baila la noche entera. Me gusta cómo bailas tú. Baila la noche entera. Me gusta cómo bailas tú. Baila la noche entera.
This is the rhythm. This is the rhythm. This is the rhythm. This is the rhythm.
This is the rhythm I feel for you. I bang it on your door and I nail it to your roof. Ain't exactly fast and it ain't exactly slow. It's not the timing that counts, but the way that we flow. Every bit of me wants every bit of you. I'm in love with your looks and the way that you move. Your figure of speech, your grin and your frown. And look the way you get high and the way you come down.
La 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 la. La 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 la. You leave me breathless. La 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 la. La 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 la. You leave me
This is the rhythm.
I seen the train rolling down the track. Got the Bible in my hand and the devil on my back. I'm running for the train, but it's moving pretty fast. Running out of breath and the train is getting past. Baby of the train, screaming through my dreams, causing animals to run. Fish are drowning in the stream. I stand up on a bridge when you're passing underneath. I'm getting covered in your smoke and suffocated in my sleep.
La 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 la. La 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 la. You leave me breathless. La 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 la. La 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 la. You leave me
This is the
my goals, and I just can't seem to keep it up. You've been hiding away from your goals. Your secrets spread like wildfire. And we're so afraid of the mistakes that we made. We just can't move on. Sun keeps falling down from the skies. Is this where it goes to pass the time? Deserts keep forming here in my eyes. That's why I'm always so damn tired. And we're so afraid of the mistakes that we made. We just can't move on. And we're so afraid of the mistakes that we made. We just can't move on. Maybe it's not your fault. Maybe it's out of my control. And the older I get, the less I regret, the more I accept. Maybe it's not my fault. Maybe it's not my fault. Maybe it's not my fault.
Oh, I'm thankful for the days of my youth. Where would I be without you? When I know we didn't get what we deserved, but neither did the rest of the world. I'm thankful for the days of knowing you. What would I ever do without you? Know the stories we tell so dearly, walking through town with our minds so freely. Me and you and all the things we plan to do in the meantime. It's sublime, me and you. And I'm counting down the days till we are free of all the endless possibilities. I know that you miss what we deserve, but so does the rest of the world. I'm thankful for the days of knowing you. What would I ever do without you? And all the stories that we tell so dearly, walking through town with our minds so freely. Me and you and all the things we plan to do in the meantime. Be sublime, me and you. Someone somewhere is having a party, or someone else takes their last heartbeat. I know it's been long and the mask is tight. Oh, at least you're breathing on your own tonight. At least you're breathing on your own tonight. Oh, I'm thankful for the days of my youth. Well, without you. And I know we didn't get what we deserved, but neither did the rest of the world. I'm thankful for the days of knowing you. What would I ever do without you? You and all the stories you tell so dearly, walking through this town with our minds so freely. Me and you and all the things we plan to do in the meantime will be sublime. Me and you and all the stories that you tell so dearly, walking through this town with our minds so freely. Me and you and all the things we plan to do in the meantime will be sublime. Me and you, me and you, me and you, me and you.
I'm a bone digger digging up bones for a living. I'm a fold-out hippie house. Help yourself, I'm giving out a radio chat show host with a difference. I'm the guru who knew what to do when the grid went down. When the grid went down. I'm a bone digger digging up bones for a living. I'm a role model if you like to roll. I'm forgiven, I'm a new wave, out of phase, superfly guy. I'm the ace of spades. It was the end of days when the grid went down. When the grid went down. I'm a bone digger digging up bones for a living. I'm a soul singer singing for the souls of the sinners. Kiss on the lips of your apocalypse. We were all making love 'cause the lights went out and it went down. When the grid went down. When the grid went down. I'm a bone digger. Bone digger. I'm a bone digger. Bone digger.
Now then, my name's Gribbles. I'm an electronic musician from the UK. This next track is one of mine and it's called Something More.
I'm something more than ordinary man. Because I'm not what you think you are. I'm something more than ordinary man.
And my head is shouting horrible noises, and my hands are making signs of open and closing, and trembling I take my first steps. I'm falling, you've taken the net away. And this is a brand new world we're living in. And see what the future holds. Not giving in, not giving up, not gonna stop. Gotta keep on going, keep on going. And my eyes are blinking when the wind swept in. No, 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 I'm not crying. It's just a river that's falling like the rain. Flooding the grasslands, I'm floating, not sinking in quicksand. And this is a brand new world we're living in. And see what the future holds. Not giving in, not giving up, not gonna stop. Gotta keep on going, keep on going. Nothing gonna stop me like a train. Nothing gonna move me like the rain. I'm falling, yeah, I'm falling. I'm gonna take in all your pain. Never gonna be the same again. I'm changing, yeah, I'm changing. And this is a brand new world we're living in, and see what the future holds. Not giving in, not giving up, not gonna stop. Gotta keep on going, gotta keep on going, keep on going, and keep on going. Gotta keep on going, and keep on going, and keep on going.
From the moment that she walks into the room, you can tell that she's got her eyes on you. You pretend that you're not that bothered too, but she's watching 'cause she wants to know what you're gonna do. She feels like summer, yeah. She feels like summer, yeah. She feels like summer, yeah. She feels like summer, yeah, yeah. I catch the smell of her tempting perfume, and I know that I had better make my move. 'Cause you know she doesn't have to be here long before she realizes that she really turns me on. She feels like summer, yeah. She feels like summer, yeah. She feels like summer, yeah. She feels like summer, yeah, yeah.
when the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case. I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear, there is no one there to dry your tears. I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. No doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I'd go black and blue, and I'd go crawling through the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. Those storms are raging on the rolling sea and on the highway of regrets. The winds of change are throwing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you to make you feel my love. There's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love.
Hi, I'm Shimmy Goodman.
And I'm Chris Hamilton. We're excited to introduce this music video for a song I wrote the lyrics and music for called A Fortunate Man.
I asked Chris to write a song about the special relationship between his son and his mother.
We hope you like it.
A lady I know keeps watching me grow. Before I stood tall, she witnessed it all. So much she has done. She gave me the world, and as life has unfurled, good or bad, I think of the gift I've had. So lucky to be her son. A mother so wise, with love in her eyes, unconditionally always there for me. She's given me everything she can. A woman so proud, who's allowed me to follow the path etched on my heart. sacrificing her needs. I'm a fortunate man. A love so unique, we don't need to speak, but she'll know when I'm lost, and whatever the cost, she'll help me uphill. There won't be a day I can ever repay every debt. I owe her so much, and yet support me, I know she will. A mother so wise, with love in her eyes, unconditionally always there for me. She's given me everything she can. A woman so proud, who's always allowed me to follow the path etched on my heart, sacrificing her needs. I'm a fortunate man. Her kindness exceeds all the things she could claim. If we ever have words, no doubt I'm to blame. And when she has gone, things will not be the same. A woman so proud, who's always allowed me to follow the path etched on my heart, sacrificing her needs. I'm a fortunate man. How grateful am I'm a fortunate man.
Hi, I'm Kevin Townsend. I'm an amateur recording artist and guitarist. The song I've got for you today is called Mists of Time. I hope you enjoy it.
Where are you now? Tell me what you're doing. Are you keeping well? Seems so long ago. Tell me, are you happy? Tell me, are you sad? Time that I spent with you is the best I ever had. Where do you spend your time? And what do you do? Have you someone else now? And is he kind to you? else now, and is he kind to you?
abracadabra, you've fallen from the truth. All the world as it seems to get undone. You think of the places that you have been, and the people you've been with and done. Oh, you can't help to thinking what might have been, but you can't see through. You know it's true. There's no way around. What you need is some love. All you need is some love. Yes, it's missing from your soul. If you just let some love deep inside, then I'm sure you get by. So just let your love go, and I'm sure that you will get by. It's patience that you lack. It's there somewhere deep in your soul. Yeah, you're feeling so breathless. You feel you cannot breathe. Yeah, you feel that the world has shut you down. Oh, you can't help to thinking what might have been, but you can't see through. You know it's true. There's no way around. But if you just let love, if you just let some love, as it's missing from your soul. If you just let some love deep inside, then I'm sure you get by. So just let your love go, and I'm sure that you will get by. You get by. What you need is some love. All you need is some love. Yes, it's missing from your soul. If you just let some love deep inside, then I'm sure you get by. So just let your love go, and I'm sure that you will get by. So just let